Before pairing sensors to the base station, let's review the base station user interface. The main screen displays a great deal of information. We will discuss the most commonly used sections. Additional detail is available on pages 14 through 17 in the manual. The screen is divided vertically into 6 columns that correspond to the zone number on the faceplate below it. The top of each column displays the zone control indicator. SNS means it is being controlled by a single sensor's data, and CMN designates that the sensor in the zone is either the common sensor or being controlled by the common sensor. More on that later. BYP means the zone is set to bypass, and UgMO is allowing all watering of this zone as requested from the clock. MLT means more than one sensor's data is controlling the zone's watering decisions. Off means no watering will be allowed for this zone, regardless of soil moisture or the irrigation clock's request to water. At the bottom of each column is where you will find the signal strength and battery power indicators. The solid square designates a strong battery, while an empty square indicates that the battery is low and should be replaced. The martini glass shape to the right of the square is the wireless signal strength indicator. A solid martini glass indicates a strong signal, and an empty or hollow martini glass signifies a weak signal. 2 X's indicate no wireless signal from the sensor in that zone. This will appear briefly after a sensor has been paired to the zone until a signal is received. These will also appear if a sensor signal has not been received for more than 4 days, or if the base station has been rebooted or power cycled. 2 dashes in this location indicates that no sensor has been paired to the zone. The center area of each column displays the soil moisture level and current zone condition. OK indicates that the present moisture level for this zone is within the moisture range programmed for this zone, and only the amount of watering required to remain at this moisture range will be allowed. Dry indicates the moisture level is below the programmed moisture range. In this case, UgMO will allow the full scheduled watering to take place. Wet indicates that the moisture level is above the programmed moisture range, and none of the scheduled watering will be allowed by UgMO. The dark boxes in the vertical columns show the relative position between dry and wet. These boxes are empty during a watering event and for 30 minutes following the event. If you see cold, the temperature of the soil is below the temperature threshold and no watering will be allowed. The select button and scroll wheel facilitate navigation through the interface screens. To set contrast, press the select button at the same time as rotating the scroll wheel. Release the button, and using the scroll wheel you can adjust the contrast up and down. This is helpful in very brightly lit installation locations. Press select to exit and the setting will be saved. Rotating the wheel allows the navigation through the menu of 6 screens. These screens include Manage System Settings, Manage Zone Settings, Set Moisture Levels, Manage Sensors, View Sensors, and Exit Menu. Details of each screen are covered in the manual beginning on page 18.